Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jeff Burr with the Tattooed Spirit. I'm hoping by now you have your cards in front of you. You can always check out tattooedspirit.com. Hit the resources tab and just order directly from there. You can have it sent from the cloud right to the front of your house. And I also hope that you have them arranged in the way that I had talked about earlier. We're going to go over that again so that you can better, number one, understand the cards. And number two, better have the framework that whenever a card comes up, you have an automatic visual field of what could be around the cards that are arriving for you, to showing you, to accessing your own subconscious mind, that it also should be coming into play. The best way that I have found to be able to work with these cards is to illustrate them for myself, laid out in 3 rows of 7, with, of course, my favorite full card floating above the entire thing. So we just ran through the meanings behind the worldly influences that affect us on our life's journey from cards 1, from the Magician, all the way to the Chariot. These are all of the worldly influences. You remember, hopefully you had just watched the video about the Chariot. This is just like a victory card, because now we get into something that involves a completely different kind of, let's just say it's right here, the different kinds of strength. In the second line, these cards, starting with this card, number 8, all the way to 14, it deals with the inner strength to begin to understand and to question and to wonder how we tick and why we do certain things that we do. And whenever we become bothered or excited or inspired by certain things, why those things happen to speak to us more. I work with these cards a lot with my clients as a therapist. As I said many times, I'm going to continue to reiterate to you, you don't need to have your own practice, but if you have a curiosity about your life, these cards of the second row of the major arcana are going to have a lot of influence on you. So let's begin right now with the very first card of the second row. That is this card that I just put down. I should have kept on holding it up. This is the Strength card. This is the symbol, and it's actually the perfect card to be able to initiate this first view deeper beyond what we see in our outside world, beyond what was important to us whenever we're just dealing with willpower and success and certainly abundance. I mean, we all know people with plenty of abundance that aren't inner happy. They don't act with a sense of inner calm because they're so concerned with the outside world. When you see the people who are acting in their world passionately and with a sense of calm, you know that they are much more on their way to understanding themselves on a deeper level. And that starts with this Strength card. It's about as most straightforward of a card that we're going to find in this entire deck. There's a reason why it fades to dark, which is how I had these cards custom made for myself, because that turns into what card comes next, into the Hermit. I don't want to get you too excited about that, but again, to reiterate how important it is to lay cards on top of each other. Speaking of which, this card is the only other card that you will find out once you have these in front of you. This comes right underneath the Magician. These are the only 2 cards that have the infinity sign in the major arcana above their heads. Now, I really wanted to show you this because you begin to have a new meaning associated with these cards when you have them related to other cards. There is a reason why the Magician is the male figure of the outside inner influences, and the Strength card is a female figure of the inner, more softer influences that affect your life. It's also reminiscent of the male-female theme we're working on right now, of the compassionate yin energy of the Empress, alongside of the Emperor that's very rule of law and very society-based. It's a number 4, so it has everything to do with strong foundations. We're not going to give direct interpretations because what I want to avoid is for you guys to just get a card spread and then hurry up and look in your book to see what it means. Understand that there are themes that occur, so I'm just introducing the idea of the male energy, the female energy. And whenever you begin to find this Strength card, when it appears right side up, and in the regards to how it turns up for you and what kind of spread, maybe it's just a 1-card spread where you say, where should I best put my intention and energy today? If it comes up right side up, this means that you have the ability, that you have the wherewithal to act powerful with the sense of calm, that you should have the confidence in the subject in which you ask. Okay? Whenever this strength card comes in reverse, it just means just a general weakness, a general misthought. It's a negative intention that was probably seeded to you by somebody else. You remember what this card means. Your belief systems that are brought to you by other people, that you are less than able to perform a particular task or a particular scheme or dream that you may have. Okay? This card is very, very important. You mostly want to see it like this. Anytime it comes in reversed, it means that there's a block in what this card means as far as being able to stand within yourself. Look out at the world and know that your inner calm and your inner power can have the space to be able to influence the world around you. This is really, really important. It fades to black because of the next card where it's going to get into. We're going to talk about the Hermit next and why this is such a critical part of the understanding yourself on a deeper level. We'll see you in just a moment. Please come back.